Hello. Hello, good night. How are you? Your girl is here, just chilling. Hope everybody's doing good. Good night to each and everyone. Hope everybody's doing good. I am here just chilling a little bit and meditating. That's all I'm doing. Meditating, chilling, relaxing. And we went on the road and came back. And after we said we were guests Sunday, and the kids ride their bike and everything. So that was good. The kids were outside riding their bike. And I was out there chilling. Yeah, and you know what? In the night, it was so cool in the night. That was the funny part of it. It was very cool in the night. And I'm like, yes, that's what we need. You know, the cool nights. You don't want the nights where it's so hot and muggy. It was it was so cool. I was happy for that because you know when it's not cool, it can be so much muggy. And then the kids, I had to get up and check them just now because they were sleeping, and then they went under the blanket. I had to go take that blanket off of them. Listen, they were sweating, especially the little one. I had to take that blanket off because they were sweating real bad. So I had to literally remove the blanket because that's not good for them because the time is too hot. See what I'm saying? Time is so hot, but such is life. Such is life, you know. Sometimes I'll be sitting up at night and make before I go to bed I monitor, make sure everybody good. You know, just before I go to bed, I make sure they all good before I go lay down. Cause you know when you just go lay down in the first half of your sleep, your mind, what they call it, a different plan. I'm trying to see if I could um transition a video here, but they say gonna take me um I think about 2 hours. They said so it's not gonna be ready. I was trying to re uh, but let me see how much longer they said I got. So this not gonna done till probably when I'm sleeping tonight. Ah, how you doing? So can you please grab the cam for easy, easy. Good night. How you guys doing? Good night. Good night. Easy at all. But there here man, so me I try to upload this video, but you say it'll take 2 hours and 10 minutes. Because I was trying to add something like playing around with this app I found. Baked bean, hey, I was gonna do that for Travis Bunt. Easy. That cross country girl. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good night to everyone. Greetings, greetings. Thank you guys for the love and laughter, fun, everything. Thank you guys. The video said 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm trying to upload it. So it's not uploading, and then it's uploading, but it's gonna take 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it already take a few hours already to get over that because I had to download it. It already take a whole lot of hours. I was just trying to see what I could do, play around it. It's not the best, but when he finish upload, which is probably tomorrow, before you guys will be able to encounter that video. So thank you guys for the love and everything. Appreciate you all. And then it coming down to crunch time again too, family. Very much crunch time. But such is like, look, my TV gone again. What happened to my TV? My TV gone. So good night to everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm holding the phone. I don't know where the case is at. My hand get tired in a while. Yeah. So hope everybody doing good tonight. I'm here. And then that TV, the volume can't even turn down because I try turn it off and it can't turn off because it take away the black from it when it keeps steady. So I don't know. I don't know. So hope everybody doing amazing tonight. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Hope the weather is by you good. And guys, remember to hydrate up yourself properly because tomorrow over here we're supposed to go all the way up in with the weather tomorrow. So make sure you guys are drinking enough fluid, especially water. I was listening to the news since night where they were talking about if we can reduce like caffeine and like sodas and stuff like that because those will make you keep drinking, but literally taking out the water out your body. They were saying on the news. So like wow, because even today we walked to the store after we get finished eat. We walked to the store. Well, I walked, the kids ride their bike, and when I went to the store, I went into the store and I saw the pop because we didn't have enough money. And that's when I say, Shella, the doggy, how you doing? Greetings, greetings, greetings to everyone. And I saw the pop, and then I saw the juice, and I just heard a voice say, "No, no, 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 no pop, no pop, no pop," because I was gonna go for the pop. For summer it's always, oh yeah, the pop will quench your thirst. Oh yeah, and I had to fight that sugar craving for that little pop and pick up a Ohana punch, and they're not really making the Ohana punch sweet. One time they used to make it so sweet, like back in 2018 and 2019. Yes, they used to make Ohana punch so sweet. They're not making it sweet no more. Now you drink Ohana punch, you might as well make your own Kool-Aid at home. Well, that's good because at least they're cutting down the what they call it, the amount of sugar that one would be consuming. That's very good. But at the same time, if you know how something tastes for a while and then all of a sudden it no longer tastes like that, then that kind of be a little bit of a, yeah, but it's alright because it used to be known for the sweetness to me. It was very sweet. Ohana punch was very sweet, but they cut down the sugar content out of the Ohana punch. So that's what I went for in this shop, in this store there. That's what I went for and grab it. I put in down this thing here, my hand tired. And then I came back and then we sat outside and let the kids play for a little. Then I called my sisters and tell them safe journey, cause my dad funeral is coming up, so everything is round the corner, round the corner, round the corner, round the corner. Everything is around the corner. So you know how we go, family. Winding down to lay him to rest, you know. So so everything is just around the corner, round the corner. So pretty soon everything's, and I was just calling them and telling them that safe journey home, safe travel. Because nowadays you see so many things happening now. You have to call the loved ones once you know they're heading somewhere. Call them ahead of time and let them know safe travel. Let me know when you guys reach and all of that. Too many things are happening nowadays. So you wanna know. Not to say you wanna be nosy, but you also wanna at least talk to your loved ones and let them know. You know, let them know you're thinking about them also. So yes, everything coming to a close in that aspect. You know. Then I was talking to one of my sister, cause one gonna reach before the other one. You know. So so one gonna reach down before the other. My uncle, I don't know when he's reaching. So everybody going down. So So yeah, man. Such is life, though. Such is life. Not without its roller coaster. Not without the hiccups. Everything had little hiccups sometimes, but we gonna fight through it. And to all the people who are always out there sending the well wishes and sweet comments to me, I wanna say thank you guys. You know yourself. Thank you guys for sending your condolences, your well wishes, and everything. That mean the world to me. You know, that mean the world to me. than anything else, you know, because when you're going through stuff and you see somebody can tell you my condolences, you know, that mean the world to me. So all those person, well, it was not a whole lot of person, but it still mean the whole world. Because it's like they say one too many. Oh, okay, so it's mean the whole world, you know what I mean? So I thanks to all those persons that send their condolences to me, you know. So yeah, I'm thinking my phone on a charge. So I appreciate those things. You know, those things mean the world to anyone when they're going through losing of a loved one. You know what I mean? And I don't take those things for granted because losing a loved one is never easy. It's never easy, you know. So I appreciate those people. Appreciate them very well, and they know themselves very well. Appreciate, you know. Those are something that will resonate forever, forever. Because you know, in times of when you're going through hurdles like not just a loss of a loved one, but it could be sickness, it could be just little pain and you announce that you're not feeling well, or somebody in the hospital, or you in the hospital, or something not going right with you, or so on. Somebody can always cheer you up. That's a beautiful moment, you know what I mean? If you know that sometimes you will be out there and think that you're alone, but you have some good, genuine people out there, and you will know when they're genuine because when times sickness, wedding, children is born, or death, or so these people generally, genuinely say, even if they don't know who you are, because in this world nowadays with technology, you don't really have to even know who the person is to say, if you say my condolences nowadays, or sorry you're going through this, or my respect to you, you know what I mean? This worldly way it's so set up now. You don't have to worry about none of that no more. You know, you just if you're genuine, you just genuinely say something. You don't say it because you want to say it. You just say it because it's coming from a place of. Some people know what grief is, so they understand grief. So they're the first one to always see what others are going through most of the time because they understand. And then some people stay away from it because they don't want to relive that moment, or that part of their life that they probably finally get healing from. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's not that people don't want to say something towards anything, but then you have to also bear in mind, you know, and that's the beauty of how I like love myself, because I like to understand from different standpoint what other people are going to, because not everybody can handle grief that the way maybe I would be handling it or anything. You know, some people will be bawling up till this ninth hour, you know, especially when they realize that there's a lot of roadblock in them. Can't even see to see when he gonna go lay to rest and all of that. You know what I mean? So it's not easy. So you know, so that's why I'm saying that every little thing counts in life. You know, everything counts in life. When people say you are a fighter, you're not giving up. You know, because they won't understand. You know, only who know, who don't know. You know what I mean? So it's never easy because sometimes you will see people going on, and you know, like today I was on my brother channel there and he was saying to me, I know you're going through some stuff because I know with your father in passing recently. And he first thing he said, he don't really know if everything, and I think I replied back to him and I said he have a late to rest it. So you know, people out there genuinely consider it and still you know, they know I haven't said anything like say, oh, my father later rest or so it's good. But you know, at the same time I know life goes on, so I have to keep moving same way, you know, regardless of the death that I had to encounter, which is someone, you know, your father, a parent, losing a parent, you know what I mean? So it's never easy. And maybe after everything is done and he laid to rest and all of that, maybe that's when I will definitely come to grip or come to terms to understand that this is it. This is the final. Never see him again. Just in if I make it to heaven, then after him, I don't know. I don't know. But one thing I can say, his spirit will live on. You know what I mean? His spirit will live on. So that's one thing I can say. His spirit will live on, because it's never easy. And then while he passed, then a lot of stuff was coming in my direction that I had to attend. That was not in my control. I had no control over it, whether I like it or not, whether I wanted to get up, whether I wanted to move or not. I have no control over it. You know what I mean? So you will say, "Oh, but our father died." So what, you do understand? So many things come right in between, and the only thing I had by my side, like yes, had by my side, or have by my side, is the little laughter coming on YouTube. I heard my kids say, "Mommy, your grandfather died." I said, "No, baby, it's your grandfather died, but it's my father that died." Oh, because I talked to them about it and everything. So, just the little laughter and my little silliness and the funniness. And then my father was a little joker himself too, so he was something else too. So, just having the fun time and the little silliness, and then all that was happening within that time frame of his passing. I'm like, wow, wow. It just shift my perspective so quick, so fast. So that means even if I didn't get to evil, what they call it, soak in the moment or dive deep into the moment of, you know, saying like this is happening, and this is like still in shock, but not in shock. I don't know if even that makes sense. And then now that it's coming on to the final road to say yes, this is it. I've seen him. He just very quiet. I've seen him. He very quiet, very quiet. He not bothering us. Mm-mm. I think I talked to my little sister today, and she was telling me, um, cause she carrying down the suit that he wants us to bury into, so she carrying that down and all of that. So she was telling me something, but I'm like, what? Why see him? But he's peaceful. All I tell him is that don't worry, you will be off the ice soon. The kids are gathering up who can go down to represent. So, but he's so quiet. In his younger years, that wouldn't happen. But such is life. Such is life, you know what I mean? So it's coming down to crunch time now, family. So, hey, a lot of stuff happening right in between that wasn't in my control and still not is in my control. Like I don't have no control over navigating that. Is either do it or don't do it. You know what I mean? I got no control over that. And then car breakdown, fix it, then car breakdown again. So like it's stagnant. Not really say stagnant because I can't move around, but it's stagnant in some essence. Because certain things I want to do, I can't really get to do it because I can't. So such is life, family. But to be honest, the people that I come across on YouTube, I had some good people that I come across on YouTube that I had some good time with, where I could just laugh and just you know just be myself around. I've met some good people, very good people. What I mean, and they know themselves. Not many of them, but I met a few good people that my spirit is in line with who they are as a person. You know, and all these things. Yeah, man. So, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for YouTube because I don't have to butter myself in the dark, or I don't have to tear myself down in the dark, or I don't have to feel like there's no I can't express myself because I don't have to have no excuses. Say, oh, but it's just me and my kids. No, gone were the days. Now I can just pick up my phone, and if I want to talk about what I'm going through, I talk about it. If I don't want to talk about it, I don't have to talk about it. If I just want to laugh about it, I can just laugh about it. If I want to just go about my daily business and take my mind off of what's going on, I can always come on YouTube and share that journey I saw. And I think that's amazing, even though I might not have a lot of things that I would really want to have, but I'm grateful and I'm thankful because looking back at life, at least YouTube come in handy in the times when a lot of things was going rough for me, like going rough, some things not in my control, something I just had to go with the flow. Something is like roller coaster, ooh, up and down, and it's like 24 boxes up and down, you know what I mean? But I was able to be on YouTube, still on YouTube, able to help. YouTube was able to help me navigate that part of me that even if I can't share it now or don't share it and everything, but I'm able to navigate my way regardless through dancing. And I miss doing my little dancing and all of these things because of, a lot of stuff with the phone and all of these things. I was telling myself the other day, maybe if I had a GoPro or something, then I could do a lot more things with that. And so even if they have a piece of jalopy phone, enjoy with Naomi. Greetings. How are you? Good night. How you doing? I'm just here chit chatting little and everything. So then I could move up the way I want to, but then I'm still making it happen the way it's a keep or so. Is that what you're saying? Think so? But regardless of that, I'm still finding ways to move the best way I can, regardless. Like since night, I was trying to come online, and while I was trying to come online, twice I had to stop the live because it wouldn't go on, so I had to stop it in order and then go clean the cache because it wouldn't allow me to go online. So, but regardless of those hurdles, I'm still letting others know I'm still showing up. You might not have the best this, I might not have the best this to make no video or all of that, but I'm still showing up, you know what I mean? And that don't deter me, right now it's a you see, earlier was Elma Mita, Dream Girl, how you doing? Good night, Elma Mita. Lata, Hemalata, something like that. Dream Girl, good night. Enjoy with Naomi. Say hearts, hearts, love, love. Thank you. Enjoy with Naomi. Blessing. Appreciate. So still showing up right now. Today I was cooking and I was trying to turn the camera around, and remember I told you the face of the face of my phone is lifting up, not the screen crack section, the whole entire part of the phone. So when that lift, you can literally see it moving away from the dashboard. That's why you see the dark spot around that video. But it just goes to show that you can still make videos regardless of what is hindering you from making the video. It might not come out as 5 star or beautiful as you would want it or anything, but I just put a rubber band over it, and right now it's still got a rubber band over it. It's have a line over it. You won't see the line, but I'm looking at the rubber band. So I'm just saying that still show up through my struggles, still showing up to my through everything that's going, the good, the bad, and the indifference. I'm still showing up, and I'm grateful for everyone that is really out there and taking their time to stop by and everything. You know what I mean? I'm really grateful for all of you because sometimes we never know how much we're making an impact on somebody because you don't know what people going through. So you never know how much impact you're making when you, because sometimes it's a genuine connection you have. In terms of, when I mean connection, it's like your voice tell you that, let me go check on this person. Your mind never run on somebody and you just go and check on them or so. Sometimes that's the same way their mind is running on you. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everyone, because thank God for the internet. Because without the internet, a lot of people that's going through a lot of trials right now, I don't know how we would have managed to come out of a lot of these things. Like in terms of coping mechanism and how to just deal with the fears when they come. So I'm looking at the internet in a good way. I'm not picturing it in a bad way, because there's times, days, and weeks, and everything for everything. Everything have its days, everything have its time, everything have its season. But just to see when you're going through stuff, I can either find me a quote, find somebody just speaking, just something else totally different from what my mindset would be talking to me about. You know what I mean? And I can say, okay, that's my balance right there. Because what I am saying, and then when I hear somebody else is saying something that is so uplifting and so rewarding, and now I'm looking back at my journey and saying, wow, I'm not alone. I'm faced with this, and I'm complaining about this, I'm ranting about this, I'm mad about this. But then you have somebody else out there now that's you're listening to, and by the time you check what they're saying, you had the section that wasn't good for you. But then when you hear somebody else speaking, it's like you connect, without no hesitation. You connect because it is resonating, because now you have the balance. At first it was just you one-sided, like, it's all right, let's say me, it's just like me one-sided thinking about things in one. When things not going right, sometimes you think one-sided. Yes, man, you always think one-sided when things not going right. But then when you hear somebody else, it's like somebody else's opinion on something or somebody else's idea on something, then you start to come back down. You start to come back to normalcy, where you can, all right, now you feel a little bit more comfortable in how you do stuff, when they arise or so forth. And that's the beauty of having the internet, because there is so many different perspective and a lot of stuff, grief, everything, you name it. Like I was watching, I think, I forgot what I was watching just now before this show on now, and they were showing somebody who the best friend was envy and jealous of, and he tried to tell so many lies for years about how his friend died. He don't know, and all of these things. And he was a good, I would say, based on what I was watching, he was a good liar. Because when he tell his stories, that anybody would have believed him. Because he had dry eye, he don't even look. I don't know what to say, but you could tell. And then he get other people to formulate the rest after what happened between him and his friend. They had a discrepancy, because they get to understand that the girl he was dating, and that's why it's very good to, some things best to leave it alone, because the girl he was dating at the time broke up with him, and he didn't take it wonderful. So the friend at the time, he had a male friend. They were all going to school together and everything, and then when they graduate, the male friend went to a big college. He get a, I think this in the state of Florida or something. He get a scholarship. He get enrolled, accepted to go there. I think it's in Florida or something. And he was supposed to go somewhere else, and he decided he's not going there because his girlfriend had broken up with him. So he wanted to go where the girlfriend was now, which is the ex-girlfriend at the time, to go see if he could reconcile the differences that they were having. But when he go there, so now he found out that the girl is dating his best friend, because they already broken up. So the girl was dating his best friend, so he wasn't having that. So he take matters into his own hand. He said him and his best friend went for a walk. They took him in his car, and him and his friend have an argument. He told the friend to get out the car and all of that. And he just a long, rigorous, twisty story. So it just goes to show that sometimes being alone is not a bad thing. Being in group is not a bad thing. Being different is not a bad thing. Being you is not a bad thing. You just gotta know who you are, know your circle, and make sure you know it very well. Because sometimes even the people that you think you know very well later on can become a wake up call or a realization to say that nope, 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 nope. And that's why it's very good to have an open mind on life, because I believe that when you have open mind towards life, you have a better perspective on life, because now you get to decipher which is which and have it for yourself. Not just me telling you said this or telling. You know, it's like somebody pointing out something to you, or a teacher saying showing you a maths problem. And even though that person could be showing you a problem, a maths problem, but try to figure out it for yourself. How can you solve it your way and still arrive at the same conclusion or the same answer? Because in maths, I can say maths because in maths, some part of maths, the order of operation doesn't matter. And I think that is in the distributive property. The order of operation doesn't matter. It's like addition go with subtraction. If you can add the things in together and you don't know what to do, or so you can figure it out. Same thing with multiplication and division. So sometimes it's like you have to learn to map things out. And then that's another thing you learn, mapping. Not just in maths, but in couple other subject area, learn mapping. How to do mapping and all of this. So sometimes it's very good to have a mind of your own. Not to say that everything you're not going to listen to others or anything, but also come to the conclusion to have a mind of your own. Somebody showing you something, you start to figure out, okay, how can I put my 2 shilling to understand where is all this coming from? Because sometimes some of the things that you'd hear others say about others, sometimes it coming from not a happy place, it's coming from a place of envy, and you're not going to know it's coming from a place of envy until somebody get hurt. Like recently I seen something where they said two YouTuber got hurt. Well, they don't got hurt, they deceased now because some conflict between another YouTuber. And I'm saying life don't have to be that way. But you see the greed of life and the greed of life is something else, and anything to entertain the world will sell, but it's not going to sell when your life is at risk. Even if you try to destroy other people's life, your life will still be at risk regardless. So it's something that is very important, and that's why I always say that even as content creators, sometimes you and somebody not getting along, or you don't feel a need that you want to support this person no more, or so don't have any bad blood with these persons, because to be honest, they in their living room, where the song say, you're in your small corner, I'm in mine. It's an old song. You don't, there's no need to have bad blood with somebody. Best to live peacefully, because you realize that either they're going to drag you out and you're sensitive bad, or you're insecure, or you feel jealous or something. It don't make no sense to pretend, because pretend only lead you to more destruction, because you're pretending and you can't hold on for long with that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are very good at master pretending, master pretending, so you won't see them, but it's like somebody who always speaking up. Somebody will quicker to hate on that person, but the ones that are hidden figures, they don't see them coming. Because as I said, if we can see the future ahead of us, a lot of decisions we make, we wouldn't be in those, are those people who have already passed off by these kind of hatred or so. They wouldn't have made those decisions, because if they could have foresee what was going to happen, they wouldn't make that foolish mistake. Even if they're gonna make it, they would have called somebody else and say, hey, I'm on the road here and I'm out here with Resilient Queen and we're heading here, and there I need a backup, or I need you to come and assist me, or I need you to hide off right here and see what's gonna happen. Blah, you know what I mean? But we cannot foresee the life events that are ahead of us. You know what I mean? Sometimes our intuition kind of tell us what's going on ahead of us, and sometimes we ignore those signs or so. But I don't see the reason why for somebody to be envy and jealous of somebody. I believe if you can get along, the best to just detour. You know, detour till you can come to a resolution where you can say, what is it that this, what is it that am I envying this person for? Because even now, I see a lot of female. I see a lot of female right now, even as content creators, and I see how a lot of them is like, these people don't know each other. None of us know each other. Like, the one and two that know somebody is probably they meet up. And they grow that level of envy, distastefulness, and just get up and will say they don't like somebody. And I'm saying, but if you have God in you, why would you hate somebody? But then it's the natural human nature right there. Because if you have God in you and you say you have God in you, or we say we have God in you, not just one person, but we say we have God in us, then our way of thinking should never be that way. But then again, it's life, it's reality. Even the man that's gonna speak about God, he gonna have a level of jealousy in him either, because he might envy somebody even in the church, not just on the outside world. You know what I mean? So such is life. Somebody else can be more flourishing than somebody else, and they decide to do what they gotta do. But I don't see another content creator hurting another content creator. Because you know, a lot of people, a lot of content creators now in this world is like, it's like they know what can bring them what they need to bring. And sometimes for them to understand what's gonna bring them what, they have to, what do they call it now, throw sauce onto somebody, and they know that person will answer them, and then that way now somebody will go check them out and say, let me see who is this, let me see who's that, what are they, you know what I mean? It's like a form of manipulation where they throw sauce onto sauce, and you have to have a level of skin to deal with these things, because if you don't, then you're gonna try to say, oh, I'm gonna meet this person, I'm gonna beat it. No, you know, you already beat your gum up enough on the internet. There's no, just leave these people alone, you know. Because when you leave them alone, you're not only saving yourself, but you're saving your dignity, you're saving your pride, you're saving your decorum, you're saving your family, and you're protecting your peace of mind. But you know, going after these people, and I think one of the rules that YouTube probably need to start come up with is to let anybody who's coming on YouTube know that anybody that is coming on YouTube now, remember this is a free flow platform. Sometimes you may say something on the internet. Some Moon Leah, you say, hey Queen and name, how are you? Oh, thank you. Say good night for me. Say good night for me. Thank you. You know, sometimes you may come on the internet and what was I gonna say? I had a very good thing I was gonna say. Probably we come back. You know, that's how life is. And sometimes you get some thoughts, it don't come for you to linger with it. You gotta say it. If you stop in between, sometimes you forget, because it wasn't meant for you to. It's like a secret. You ever cook and put like a secret in your food, and somebody might ask you how to make it, and you say, no, it's a secret. I can give you everything else, but it's a secret. You know, that one little formula is a secret. You give away everything else, but they gotta figure out how to get it taste just like that. You give them everything else, but that one little secret. You know what I mean? So sometimes you get some things come to your thought and it don't come for you to linger. You gotta tell it. If you don't tell it, then you lose it, because he give it to you like seconds counting down. But I'm saying that I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully, come back. That we in our YouTube world right now, and there's no need. We gotta understand. Oh, I was saying that maybe what YouTube need to do now is start to say, how they have their disclaimer. So good night, Leia. Good night. How you doing? Greetings. It's to let people know that this is a platform where Sometimes you're gonna come and you're gonna say something. Even when you're speaking positive, there is gonna be people who is gonna be out there that's still not gonna agree with all the things you say that are positive. So it's not just the negatives. You know what I mean? You're still gonna have somebody out there saying, "Oh, you're this and you're that." You know, not literally they're talking about you, but they're talking about you as a person on there. Because sometimes you're talking and you're just talking because talking sake. You know what I mean? And somebody out there might disagree. You know, I've been talking many times, and a lot of people will disagree, or you just be here, or I'm just here, just with me and my family, and you have a lot of people will just start envy you for no reason, because that's already their nature. Their nature is just start springing up. It's like you plant a seed, they don't blossom right away. You know what I mean? It take a little while, and then after a while you just start see everybody's colors. you know the good part of them start to fade away, because all their life, all they know how to do is to put sauce on things and make it look like they're not nothing but what you are looking at. But then you have to bear that in mind, that's why they talk about manipulation now. You talk about so many people here talking about manipulation and the tactics that a lot of people use nowadays, that it's so hard sometimes when you see the other person like they would be telling the truth or something. You're hard to believe them, because the person who know they can manipulate others, if they know that they can manipulate you, you better best believe it that they are going to do that. And that's why it's best to hear both side of something, because when you don't hear both side, like from the horse mouth and from the other person who had the discrepancy or anything, then it's easier now for you in the middle as the one trying to rectify anything, to understand where is all of this coming from. And that's why you have a lot of people say, oh, this was plain jealousy, this was plain envy, this was plain this was plain that. You know what I mean? Because it's not coming from a place that they say, oh, but I love my friend. If you love your friend, you won't hurt your friend. You know what I mean? Somebody who say they love their friend, they don't hurt their friend. You're gonna tell a friend the truth, but you're not gonna hurt your friend to that point where you're gonna take the friend life. That's not loving your friend. That's envy. That's hate. That's grudge. And people don't know how to talk out anything no more. Sometimes nowadays, what they do is hidden behind other people and get their dirty job done, and still out there presenting themselves as quote unquote somebody. And you gotta be careful, because that's how you're being masterminded, manipulative. Like as I said, I was listening to the news, and then that guy started getting stuff, trying to find a way out of it, and in the end, he ended up take his own life in prison, because he realized there was no other way out of it. So you gotta be careful. He lied for a while though. He lied for a while. So it just goes to show, and you wouldn't even tell he was lying. You probably would have believed him over somebody else, because just the way he know how to execute, you could tell he was very smart, very clever, because he was going on for years and years, you know. And he was at one point he was very consistent until they start go back over and go back over. You know what I mean? So that's why we very important to have your mind and listen to your intuition. You know, your intuition, listen to it. Listening to your intuition doesn't mean say you have to hate Harry, when your intuition tell you anything. It's just that if you something that's sitting well with you, and you don't want to say nothing to Harry, because Harry might take your head off, because you already know how Harry is. Harry not afraid to hold back. Harry is what they call the fridge, old fridge, afraid for it just leak. You know what I mean? So you don't have to say nothing to Harry, but you can. It's something that you can pray about, because you get the what they say, the discerning spirit. You ever hear some people say they get this discerning ability, or so? Well, use it to your advantage by praying about it. If you don't want to say nothing to Harry, but not to be jealous of Harry or envy of Harry to the point where you go threaten Harry over some money, over some views, over something he said. Friendly convers some conversation are not friendly, and that's the plain truth. We understand that. But if everything we were supposed to worry about friendly are worried about love, then what about dislike? Dislike is a word. Somebody can like you and they don't love you. You know, you hear a lot of men tell people all the time, I love this girl, but I'm not in love with her. You hear a lot of females say to their friend too, I like this man, but I'm not in love with him. You know that mean she not have that strong connection with him. Not to say she don't love him, and not to say he don't love her either. It's just that that intimate connection that he's looking for is not there. And he say, or him or her say, I don't want. You have some good people will tell you the honest truth. Tell their friend too. Even if they not say it to the man, because sometimes you always have one party who more in love than the other party, you know, which is just natural. But I believe if you can have a partner who can just tell you to your face and tell you the truth, it is easier for you to work with that person than to say, oh, this person used me, this person cheated on me. No, if he tell you or her tell you that so and so, it best to start to say, you know what, if they tell you, because some people still go around depending on how broke they are. Because if they broke, they still gonna play the game, and that's not right. You know, go. Your Lord will make a way. You don't play somebody when you know that you don't have that connection. You know, you go. The Lord will figure you out, and same way He will figure that person out. You know, He will get everybody back on their feet. You know, whether you're broke, you're rich, or you're poor, He will get all of us back on our feet. You know, but you have to learn to walk away. You can't just sit there and know that you don't have that connection with this person, but you're worried about, but he paying my bill or she paying my bill. Walk away. You won't know what the Lord have in store for you when you sit there and worry about, you know you're not in love with this person and you and the Lord know that. But you know that this person have something that you want. Walk away. You know, don't sit there and hurt yourself and hurt yourself and hurt yourself and just sit there and hurt yourself, and then in the end you're feeling like, oh, but who gonna pay my bill? Many people live out the door right now, and they go to the job, they go to jobs, they in their cars, they take shower, they find campground, they take their shower, they do what they gotta do. But they had their peace of mind. They got their life too. But when some and I believe that when relationship gets sour, or you don't have that connection anymore, I think it best to have dialogues so that everybody can go their mutual way. So that means nobody throw darts or shade at each other, you know? Yes, you probably can stand a part of this person, but at the same time, it's just between you and the person. The whole world don't have to be involved in all of what you can stand. You know, your friends and family will already know what you cannot stand, because trust me, this is human. This is one mouth, but it distribute a lot. You know what I mean? But walk away, you know. Don't be just sitting there hoping, having this person when he could have gone and find his wife or find his person, even if he's not married, and this woman could have find their person or so. You know, you just have the conversation if you not have, and that way you will be best of friend later on in life. You never know if later on in life some people rekindle their relationship, and then they get to understand who they are as a person later on down the year, 5, 10, 15 years down the line, if you live to see that long, and make a betterment of themselves, because now they all realize what they want out of life. But I don't believe that we should just sit there when we know that we don't have that strong bonding relationship with somebody. But only time we have that strong bonding relationship with somebody is what they can give to us, wealth. And then you're still not happy. No, walk away. If you're not happy, what's the purpose of, oh, no, many people sleep in their car if you have a car. Or you go back home to your mama if your mama willing to let you come back home. You know, that's why you always say, you always don't burn the bridges with your parents. They get on your nerve, but you never know when anything happen and you have to go back 360 back home. Mama, I'm coming home. You know what I mean? Don't burn the bridges, because you never know. You know what I mean? Because life happen. Sometimes the life that you foresee sometime, and you say, okay, I want this life and all of this. And sometimes, yes, you get it. But then you didn't get it the godly way. We get it in our way because we were so eager. So we get it the way we get it, the ego way. And then we think that's life, and we think that's relationship. And then when it goes out, we wonder why. Because we were too eager. Our ego. You know, we were feeding our ego, not feeding the part of us that we need to feed, where we ask questions and say, is this what I want? we didn't ask ourselves no question. We just see something and the way somebody treating us or something, and then we say, wow. We have this wow factor vibes within us. Ooh, we connect, and then 2, 3 years on the line, you realize that this was all a loss. Because sometimes you can't lose it for long, long. You can't lose for a while until you get over all of that. Then what left? You left to pick up the pieces. You know, and then sometimes some friendship is just to remain friendship. Remain to go any further. Because sometimes you try to connect certain friendship together, and you don't have that connection. And then you say, let me give it a try, and you give it a try, and a worst mistake. You either lose your friend in the process or everything. So sometimes in life it's best to know when you're not connected, you know. Who's there? What I mean? We have to know when we're not connected so that it is easier for us to handle situations better, you know, handle our friends better, handle our families better, because that's what lead to a lot of stuff that you see is happening now, the violence in life, or somebody say, oh, you played me. You ever hear a lot of people say, you played me. You take me for a fool. What I mean? And sometimes they're the one play themselves because sometimes they play around enough to know that they didn't interested in this person, but because they know that the friends and family that they all have together might have a say in it, or say, hey, to the other person, I know this person was playing you. I told you I didn't like him, or I told you I didn't like her. Something was up about her. So, they all formulate their own opinion, but not realizing that that person need to work on themselves. Sometimes you have to work on yourself. you know in life we have to learn to work on ourselves. Sometimes we want to work on other people, but this not going to happen. We have to work on ourselves. Once we work on ourselves, then we will understand where we go wrong. And once we understand where we go wrong in the equation, then it's easier for us now to move forward, forgive the things that was so wonderful. I move on and prayed about it and say, Lord, thank you for taking me out this situation and everything. And thank you for opening my eyes, for letting me see what I need to see, you know. But it's not for us to tear down our friends, tear down our family, tear down nobody, you know what I mean? No, it's not. And then you go to the point where you get so jealous of somebody, to the point where you speak so bad of them, to the point where you start is like hiding behind closed door with. And that's why very good. You see, when you have friends, you see, if they only want to hear the bad things about your friend, people that you encounter, those people are not good people either. If they only want to just sit and hear you tear somebody down or trash talk somebody while you venting. Remember now, you are venting, you mad, you upset, you don't care, you're just flying your mouth, yeah, like a bird. You just a fly all over it. Unless if the wind knock you off, then you can knock you down to the ground and you shut up. You know what I mean? You don't want no friend to just be there supporting you in a negative way. Cause you already been negative. You're venting to them, you are ranting to them. You're supposed to have friends that can come to you and say, hey, look, that, that's not necessary. That's not important. Just leave those person alone. Don't need to be worried about who not this, who's not that. You know what I mean? Those friends you have to appreciate, because they don't just want to sit there and hear you laugh after somebody or gossip about somebody. They might chuckle based on what you're saying and how you say it. We all tell stories of how sometimes things don't even go that way, but we all tell stories like, because we want people to laugh, or we want people to think this was really as how we say it. You know what I mean? So story. That's why storytelling. You know what I mean? Even if we're not good at storytelling, but we're gonna put on something to make it look dramatic, you know? Put look a oomph up in there. Alright, so but you don't want a friend when you venting to always be adding something negative all the time towards what you're venting about. You want them to be the bigger person to tell you, hey, like especially on YouTube. You have friends that you can talk to. Always have a friend that if you feel discomfort about something, or about somebody you support, or about somebody you always see, around or follow, listen to about something always have their opinion, and you don't want their opinion to be the same opinion as yours. You want them to be able to look and decipher through things, because when we are ranting or mad or upset about something, we always gonna have some words coming out of our mouth that totally was unnecessary sometimes. Totally unnecessary. And the last thing you want, yes, your friends them gonna always crack a little joke here and there. That's natural. But do you want your friends only to say, yeah man, punch the girl, yes man, hide her, yes man, we don't want to see her again, we don't want to talk to her again. Those people are, trust me, if they have to contribute to your slackness and encourage it, they're not good people either. They're not. They're supporting you to go down. They're not trying to support you to go up. They're really supporting you to go down, because if things go south, I guarantee you those same friends can empty out all your business. They just empty it up. So you thought you were having talking to them in what they call it, closed door, and then when something goes south, sour, we say sour south, then all the things that you were hidden from Tom and Jerry is explode. Now you feel embarrassed. Now you feel like you want to hide behind the curtain. No, you don't need to hide. Just know that when you have friends, I have a lady friend. If I talk to her about something or so, she will say to me, you know what? Just focus on what you are doing. You can't control nothing nobody is doing. You can't worry about nobody. Just focus on what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you live in a world nowadays where your opinion alone not gonna matter. Everybody opinion gonna matter, 'cause everybody gonna have different viewpoints and what you're saying are so. And it's and especially when you be on YouTube, you have to know that somebody is always gonna try to say something about what you said. Even if they don't say it to your face, they're always gonna gossip with their little circle or so. But having a mind of your own won't get nobody caught up in people misery. Because you have a mind of your own. Decipher for yourself. Know what's right for yourself. Know what's wrong for yourself. Nobody have to call you and say, hey, you know what this person said was rude. Sometimes you take things out of context too. And sometimes you're saying something and somebody is just blow things out of context, blow it out of proportion. And then next thing you do now, and that's how you know too. Sometimes they start lose followers, and you're losing the followers because they're gossiping in circles or ring around or so. But I can tell you that much: if that relationship goes sour, everybody goes sour, and everybody gonna pass the blame. It wasn't me. You started it. You this. They start pointing the finger or blaming others. There's no need to blame others for what you have done, because if you're the one who started something, then you're supposed to be man enough or woman enough to do that. Because I've even seen a lot of people is like they put other people against people, but I don't think they put people against people. They are the same person like everybody else, because if you have a mind of your own, then you know how to steer, you know how to drive, you know how to lead, you know how to be a leader. But a lot of people don't know how to be a leader, so therefore they group up and team up, and then they drag other people down, and then they happy because they get somebody where they want it. But that's not, you're just as the person who tearing on somebody else when you look at it, because you're looking from this, oh, I'm this. No, you gotta learn to split the difference, know the difference, not just be as supportive of what this person say. Because sometimes somebody can say something out of the form of jealousy and not realizing that the beef is not between you and the whole community or the whole group or the whole nation or the whole world you're in, but because that one person feel like they got it all, or so they will do anything to make you feel like, oh, nope, don't support this one, nope, I don't like this one, and they go around in a circle, and then they sometimes they do send people around to check you out just to see, do you see what I'm saying to you about resilience? I'm just using me as an example. Do you see what I'm saying about resilience? She don't this, she don't that. Little did these people that don't have a mind of their own, little did they know that resilient queen have a mind of her own, because she doing her own thing. You know what I mean? You gotta learn to do your own thing. When you don't learn to do your own thing, you will always be in trouble. You know? Jean girl said, nice, nice. Yes, man, you will always be in trouble. And when things happen, look at my Monday case. You see how many people calling to be tested and trials? Because when you see somebody, and I'm saying, when you see somebody going down the wrong path, it's not for you to join hands with them to say this or to say that. Stand up with this. You know what some people always say, I rather die trying. Die trying. Stand up in what you believe in. Not, if you have to figure a way how to get out of it, figure a way. But don't just do everything and then you do it again and say, okay, you do it again. And then therefore you go now, you're being brainwashed by the end of the day. When something goes south, everybody's in trouble. you know, because this one gonna blame this one, blame that one. Oh, you see all that you cost? Like the young man I was watching the thing on the TV, and they said they were interviewing the girl because the girl was the cause of the guy to get envy of his friend. You see what I'm saying? Because she broke up with him. He wasn't having it because is his best friend now have the girl. So he wasn't having it. He was saying, yes, he know the guy is a good guy and the guy would have take care of her and all of that. But he hurt by it, and then somebody from his circle go and said it to him to say, hey, the girl is this and the girl is talking to your friend or so. The girl was trying to have it as a secret. They were trying to say no, they were just cool friends or whatever. Just because she already know who he was, to say that he might not have it. He might not have it. And that's why sometimes it's best when you're dealing with certain things, you go to your parents and talk to them about certain things. Because sometimes your friend can drag you more into moving a certain way. Because even when I was going to school, I used to have people, and if they know that this person is this or they break up with this, it's like they start mock and jerry others, not realizing that it can have a daunting effect on somebody else. It's like they say, oh, look at you, you're so bossy and bougie. And then those girls don't want to go to school no more because they felt violated. They felt like felt too embarrassed now because they were, when you're going to school and those girls were like the people in school. Dapper PH, how are you, my brother? You say on your lunch break here, digging in, my queen, enjoy. Oh, you're digging in, enjoy your food, man, enjoy. All right. Thank you so much, Dapper PH. Thank you so much, my brother. So I'm telling you how and then sometimes that is what cause conflict. Sometimes even if somebody wanna walk away peacefully, but then you always have this friend. Oh, so you're not gonna do anything. Oh, you're not gonna do anything. You can see your friend. You should be happy you get out of that struggle. You should be happy you get out of that phase. At least what they said, one man trash is a next man treasure. Okay, well, my garbage is out now. I don't need to worry. You should be thinking ahead. And that's why I say when you have friends, you don't want to have friends that just telling you the things that are bad about somebody and not having nothing to say. You know what? Just leave them alone. Don't even bother with them. Don't even look at them. Don't even watch them or anything. You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna get so worked up about the things, because a lot of people do get worked up when they hear other people that they cannot stand. They literally get worked up about them. But stop watch so you won't get worked up and you won't get so irritating. You don't have to create a dummy page. You don't have to create nothing to silently watch them, because then, to be true, truth be told, if you think you're hurting those people, you're not hurting them. You're literally hurting yourself, because every time you look and see what they're saying and you might not like it, it hurts you. It's like somebody trash talking you out there, but you're still looking at them and something, then you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be hurt because the truth be told, these people don't care when they're hurting you. You know what I mean? And we want friends in this world. It's not just friends, partners or anything, to stand up. And when you see somebody about to getting in some hot water, you have to learn to be there as a support team, not the team that he looking for, but the team he was expecting. You know what I mean? The team that was gonna take him out of it. 'Cause one day he will say, you know what? I married this woman because this woman didn't keep up with my crap. All the things that I would say out my mouth or so, she was tolerating it. And another man will come and say, you see that woman? You see that man? A woman will say, see that man? I married him because he's a man. He's a leader. He's a leader. He will stand up and he will say, honey, let's go. And then we go home, they discuss what they need to discuss, or if he have to step in to intervene, he will do what it takes to move the situation away, not run into the situation. And I think that's a lot of things that is happening now. Why a lot of people not enjoying life no more. They're more enjoying the grave than they would have ever enjoy life on earth. Because I'm a friend, so me have to defend my friend. I'm a this, but one thing you didn't even think of. Have you ever thought that if you're in a situation you don't even know if that friend was 100% friend with you, you don't know if that friend is gonna literally defend you? You never thought of it, because you gotta remember, friendship is like relationship, where you will be all in it with person, but you're the only one in it. You know, these people already know what they want, and if they have to manipulate you in it, they're going to do that. Yes, dream girl, you know, they're gonna do that. So you gotta bear this in mind. And that's why I love people who have a mind of their own. Mind you, you're not gonna love everybody who got a mind of their own. That's understandable, because everybody temperament is not the same. What I will run to, you might not run to it. That's not your demeanor. That's not your personality. And you say you best to know your personality. Know who you are as an individual. It no matter if you're even in a group, a camp, whatever you're in, still know who you are. Because when you know who you are, it's easier to get out standing tall without worrying that you have to keep watching over here, keep watching over here. No. When things go wrong, you don't have to feel like, Lord, what did I put myself into? No, split right from wrong. It's like a lot of things I see get out of hand, and I'm saying, where's all these friends to stop somebody when they're doing something? When you say you have friends, and you say, hey, you always have a friend, no matter what, and let me know, guys, you always have a friend where no matter how mighty and powerful that person is, you always go have this one friend that will tell you the truth and you will listen to. Know that kind of friend that you have, that you will definitely listen to when that person says something. Very important. Don't listen to the one who always have agreeing with you all the time about something. They're not disagreeing for you to understand anything. They're just agreeing. That can cause some major conflict later. Because then when you get into hot water, this friend trying to pull himself out of it. You think he gonna stood there for you? He trying to pull himself out of it. Hey, bro, yo, I don't got nothing to do with this. Nothing. Don't even call me. All of a sudden, your friend go from being this person to being a green lizard, change color. You know, a green lizards change color. Change color. You know, we say green lizards in Jamaica. We have green lizards. Some local lizards. Sometimes they become big, and sometimes they grow cross, and you see a big old thing come up in their back. You know, green lizards change, and sometimes they go from green to dark or whatever. They change color. You know, all of a sudden they go 360, and you say you gotta pay attention. You know, because there is no way people should lose their life over those talking on social media or anything. There's no way people should be envy and jealous. Express yourself. If you're feeling discrepancy with somebody, just express yourself. You know, you say you can. I tell people all the time, you have your own platform. You can talk about what didn't sit well with you. You don't even have to call Harry name. You don't have to call Pat name to get a forward. Just talk about the things that did not sit well with you. If you're watching somebody and you think it didn't resonate well with you, you know what I mean? You don't just like most people nowadays, they say John Doe when they protecting people name, they say John Doe or something, you know. You know what I mean? It's like today I was at the place and I'm getting my teeth clean yesterday, and the lady said I have to close the door because of the hip law or whatever. And it was on YouTube I learned about that law, where somebody was saying they want to know something, and somebody comment, because I told you I read comments, and somebody told the person no, because of the hip law or whatever they say. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but if I'm not, the medical persons or people knowledgeable about that term understand. You know what I mean? Because of that, we protect the privacy of patients' rights and all of these things. Protect patient. And the lady said that to me today, and she said, only thing though, we're gonna have to close the door when I'm taking care of you. We have to close the door. So okay, not a problem. You know what I mean? Because of the help law, protect you, because you can't say this, your privacy was violated. You know. So it just goes to show that in this world that we're in, we have to be very careful of a lot of stuff and not just tell our friend or be on the bandwagon is because our friend is ranting. No. If you know that you can reach to your friend, reach out to your friend. And know the friend that no matter what, when you see them and they say something to you, even if they're not the best one at giving advice, but you always know that one friend that's gonna come with something else that change your thought process. Those friends are the friends that are trying to get you out of trouble, not help you push you into trouble. They're trying to take you out of trouble, you know, out. And always have good people around you that can say, you know what, it's life. Everybody not gonna like you. Everybody not gonna love you. Because a lot of times, I think looking for love and not realizing that love come with ups and downs, and likes come with ups and downs, and everything. Because sometimes even the people that say they love you, to be honest, it's hard sometimes because when you see they start hurt people, you make you wonder where was the love? Because you love your friend, you want to hurt your friend, you know? Sometimes the people that say they love you, where is the love? It's like empty promise. You know, there's no possibility. You know, the song say I'm a promise, I'm a possibility, but no possibility. But have friends that you can go to and run to, but definitely know that they're gonna give you some sound advice. I have a lady friend and I can call her when I'm going through something. And she even today I called her and I was talking to her about something personal and she was able to give me sound advice. Even if as I said it's not a quote unquote a well educated advice or whatever, but it's just to know that I have somebody that's not just picking side with me. This person is giving me, sorry, is giving me another side to see things, another viewpoint, another way of looking at things. Now with my way of seeing things and her way of seeing things, now I have the middle, because mine and this need to combine. Now, how am I going to combine it? Then I need to decipher between mine and hers and take the good from both of them that was said, because everything may not be said good, you understand, and then take out the good out of it and leave the rest. You know, it's like when you squeeze lime, but you don't put the seed in what you put in. You take the juice alone. So it's same way when you do extraction. You're extracting, but you're not taking everything. You understand? You just extract what you want, take what you want out of it, and you dispose of the rest. Same thing with life. So have those kind of people around because sometimes it's not everybody that's laughing in your face is actually with you. I've seen a lot of people that was friend right now, and they were all good people up in people's face telling them how much this and how much that. And you'll be shocked to know some of these same people become a person that become the worst nightmare. The worst nightmare. Tearing down these people right now. You know, and I'm saying I watch these people when there was no way out for them, like nowhere. They didn't even know how to get on YouTube or anything. And I watched most of these people help elevate some of them, put them in our home, get them home, open their doors to so many people. And I literally watched people just destroy them. And they were calling themselves, oh, bro, you know, we're friends. Oh, you know, I appreciate you. And they're telling you all the nice things, you know what I mean? And then you open up your heart, your soul, and home. 'Cause, you know, come on now. When people start opening up their home to you, they gotta like you for opening up their home. And then in the end, you just walk away, just demising them like that. But before they were glory, because you wanted the fame so that you could stand out now. So now you get enough. Then you say, okay, let me cheer this person. I've watched literally a few content creators now that I've seen, especially this one person I've seen right now that I watch, that he opened up so many channels for so many people that was around him. So many people. And I watch so many of these people created content right now, dragging him in the mud, dragging him. So I'm saying that everybody that laugh in your face is with you. And that's why they always say, you know what? In Jamaica, they always have a saying to say, you see, some of the persons who you hear always cuss and sin themselves up all the time, some of those people are the best people to have as friends. You know why? Because their mouth don't hold nothing down. You're going to always hear their mouth saying something. And even if you can't tolerate them, but they're going to say something that you're going to learn from. You know, you're going to learn from them when you're done, when they're done. You know, and then sometimes you say choose your friend wisely, but sometimes how do you know you choose your friend wisely? If something don't happen, sometimes you don't even know that you didn't choose it really wisely. Same thing with relationship. If something don't happen, if you don't lose a foot or anything, you don't even know that you didn't choose the right partner. If something don't happen, you don't even realize that you did choose the wrong partner. You know what I mean? So how many people you see right now, eh? Look at that doctor the time that married to this woman and then take her for a hiking trip and go take her to go dismantle her. And I scream, she scream out and somebody come to rescue to save her. So let me tell you something. Sometimes you don't even know who you're married to. Sometimes you don't even know who's your friend. So sometimes when you hear everybody, you gotta have a mind of your own. Your mind will never lead you wrong. And don't have friends just to support you to say, oh, I don't like her, because you have friends. Once they hate you, they tell everybody else around them to hate you. No, let people see for themselves and decide for themselves. But when you put bad taste in other people's mouth, eventually they will still have that toxic taste in their mouth for other people, when wishing these people haven't even done them anything, but because they don't have no mind of their own. And I'm gonna keep saying it. They don't have no mind of their own, so they're easily manipulated because they're in this thing where they're looking for the wrong things, and the wrong things are gonna get them the wrong things. They don't know that, but sooner or later, when they realize, okay, even this person that you were defending, not even defending you in the long run, because sometimes you're then gonna kick off. You're then gonna have discrepancy too. It is life. It is life. But until you realize that you have to go through tearing down so many backs of one person, then you realize that, but this person don't got my back too. You know? No, they don't got your back. Sometimes you're out there, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Stay in your own lane. That's why I respect people who have a mind of their own. I respect a female who have a mind of their own. It doesn't matter what's going on. Mind they know what's going on. Doesn't mean that they don't know what's going on. They know what's going on, but they choose their peace over gossip. And that's what you gotta learn to do. Choose your peace over gossip. Because when you choose gossip, you are part of it. You just like somebody who say, oh, you're evil. What do you think gossip is? Gossip is evilness towards somebody else. You know what I mean? So when you say, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, you are as evil as the person who you're entertaining with the tearing down somebody else. You know what I mean? So don't think you're exempt, because you are not being led by your own mind. You don't have a mind of your own. You're not connected. You have to have a mind of your own. You see so many people nowadays, you used to see them and you say hi to them. No, you say hi to them. If they could block you, they block you with their eyes alone. And I'm saying these people weren't real. Let me tell you something. You see, real people, they speak their mind and they move on. You see, fake people, they will do anything in this world to block you so that they make your world look like it is you. But if you can go to the point where you can knock somebody down so hard that you reach to the point of blocking on social media, you only tell you block somebody if they're really rude to you and be disrespectful. Those disrespectful person. But if you're a friend with somebody and they don't do you not, you just can't stand them, you don't like their content or anything, why would you block those person? Are you evil? There's no need for you to block them. Leave them alone. They didn't do you anything wrong. If they come in on your channel and then being mean to you and rude to you, yeah, then you get them out, weed them out like grass. But if they don't do anything, why would you get rid of them? Let them watch your growth. Let them watch your development. Let them strengthen. Let them mad over there. Let them drink whatever they're drinking. You know what I mean? They're the one madding over your success, not you. But if you have to go to the point where you have to block people or hide your channel from them, you have a disability too. And only the person and only the person that you are looking at, you literally have a disability if you have to hide your channel from people. Just think about it. If somebody don't do you not now come to your channel and say, hey, you resilient queen, you look like this, you look like that, where you can't stand all of those disrespect. And you go to the point where you can block these people who haven't done anything to you. Before you were all cool and everything, and then you just feel like you no longer want to be a part of this person. They will eventually fade away. If you no longer want to be a part of people's life, they will eventually fade away. It's just like relationship. You no longer want to be a part of person's life. But when you have to go to the point, especially in big old YouTube, you blocking what you blocking your enemy still watching you. Because I get to understand with YouTube, people creating double page, people creating so many things. So when you say you're getting rid of somebody, you're not getting rid of them. All you're doing is causing more pain because now they can create dummy page to cuss you out, follow you, tear you down, same way. So it might as well just you leave things the way it is and tell yourself that I'm growing, I'm strengthening myself. I'm strengthening my community. That is God given community. I am not looking at the devil and I'm not entertaining the devil. I will pray for the Lord to take them out and He will remove them. If you accept blessings, He will remove what you don't want out your way. But when you go to the point that you take matters into your own hand without even asking your father, what should I do with these people? And he have an answer for it, you know. But somebody don't do you nothing or you don't like somebody no more. Because a lot of people on the internet, they're jealous of other people. For what? I don't know. Because you see what happened to they go to the point where they knock somebody off of the planet, no longer here. Jealousy. That should never have to happen. Gone were the days people work things out. Nowadays, I'm gonna find you. And then you have a lot of people nowadays, because of the heap of weapons. They are so powerful. Without that weapon, I tell you, if God was supposed to, when they tried to pull that trigger, and God was supposed to take that weapon out their hand, they would be running like Usain Bolt and Justin Gatlin, running and left the other person with their weapon in their head that they were attacking. Those people would be flying down the street, probably begging, please, you know. But because of this thing, and then it's like a worship, you know. But I ain't gonna stay no longer with you all. I just appreciate all of you and whatever come to this girl mind, I'm gonna speak it. I want everybody to understand. Have a mind of your own. Learn to decipher right from wrong. Don't just because somebody's saying something about somebody. If you and somebody don't have no beef, there's no need for you to envy this person. You know, let the person who envy and beware of the person who envy somebody and telling you that, hey, don't this, don't that, because sometimes they're the first ones envy of somebody. You know what I mean? No. And they tearing you down and little did they know that you having a discerning spirit to know which is which, same way. Same way everybody say, oh, I got this and I got this. Listen, the Lord work in mysterious way. And I believe all of us should know that. So even when you say the Lord working in your life, trust me, He working in all of us' life, including even the one that stabbed Him when He was on the cross. He working on every single human being that He created. He's not just one. He work on even on His enemy. He patch them up. When things go wrong, He patch His enemy up. You know, the difference is they had their punishment different. You understand? So you have to bear that in mind. They have their punishment coming. Yeah? It's like they say anybody who do people wrong in life, they had their punishment coming. Yes, they had their punishment. So you have to bear that in mind. You know, take God job up for do it, you know. You do what is right, you know, because I think so, right now I see a lot of piggybacking going on. Like say, let's say I'm on my channel now and I'm talking about something. Then you see somebody go into their channel and it's like they jot down a thing or two that you'll be saying. And then you hear they come back like they throwing shade at you or dart at you. Listen, speaking your mind shouldn't be a conflict for somebody else if you don't have a problem with them. You know what I mean? Because everybody is free to speak their mind. As long as they're not being rude with you or calling you out your name or anything. People free to speak their mind. But then you have some people they don't have no more to do than just come to you, listen what you have to say, and then the next day you see they go like God give them this to say or God give them that. God don't give them nothing to say. They hear what you have to say. You know when somebody talking, you get ideas. It's like you see somebody carve out something, and while they carving it out, you say yes. You getting ideas. You understand? You're getting ideas because they are carving out things. And while they are carving it out, you sit and you say, oh, I could have done that. Now you gain some more knowledge, bigger knowledge than that person. Because what? From what that person was saying, you piggyback off of what that person is saying. Now you create something or regenerate. It's just like a recipe. You see somebody create a recipe, you piggyback off of the recipe, but you always add something a little extra that you like into that recipe. Now you make that recipe into yours. Same way with the music things and what you are like American Idol. You have a lot of people who piggyback off of others because they sing other people's song, and when they're singing, sometimes they put out the other a different twist to it, which is their voice. Sometimes they change up some of the lyrics and sing it, make it into their thing, but they piggyback from somebody else. So sometimes you hear some people talking, sometimes you can tell where they get the content from. Like they listen to you, they hear what you were saying, and then they go now and they it's like they're powerful with it, but little did you know that they listen, they take note, and then they come and say they have a content. Yeah, I pay attention to a lot of stuff because it's just like a reaction channel. When people reacting on a video, they take what another person said about something and they twist it in their way to suit their audience, and then they make it look like okay, so and so, blah blah blah, XYZ, and it doesn't mean it have to be true. But in order for them to sell what they need to sell to you, they have to twist somebody else's problem into their problem. You see what I'm saying? Because every day somebody consumes somebody problem. They have to twist somebody problem into their problem. Because a lot of times I say something nowadays, and I go on a few channel nowadays, and it will cost me to go back and review a few of my videos, and I listen and I heard those person with the same lines. If I was supposed to tag the line, and I heard those person with the same line, and then I'm saying to myself, you can tell that these person are watching. Nothing wrong with that, but you just tell that we all piggyback off of somebody. Sometimes you hear somebody speak about something, like especially if it is current, popular, or something that you think that you can say, you're gonna piggyback off of somebody and say it. And then sometimes people come, I got my own this, I got please. Storyteller. LIE. Lie. You know what I mean? Somebody piggyback off of something. You know what I mean? Sometimes we are watch current events and you hear something on the news. We piggyback because we're sharing so according to the news, or so, or we were watching the news. We hear this, we hear that. Nothing wrong with that. You just piggyback it. Sometime I go and watch some music or so, and I'm piggybacking because I said, hey, I went to this place, even if I didn't call it channel name, and I was listening to this person music, and it was so uplifting, it was so refreshing, or something. Or hey, I go to this other person channel, they were so motivating, they were so encouraging. You piggybacking a little bit. You don't have to call the person's name, but if they know that you watch their content so much, they know eventually who you are talking about. You understand? You have people who are going through stuff, and you see other people who just finish them while they're going through stuff. And I'm like, the heart of ruthless people. You know, it's like somebody dealing with mental health issue, and everybody trying to, instead of help, support that person to either go get help, keep talking about their journey, keep talking about the challenges they face, so they can help other people. Because a lot of times people are going through stuff and they don't have nowhere out there to get the help they need, because they could be in a financial ditch, they could be in a strain, they could be in so many things. And just hearing other people share their journey, especially in this arena we're in now, it gives them a sigh of relief to say, you know what, I'm not alone in this, so there's no need for me to feel embarrassed no more. You know what I mean? Because I'm not alone. Because if my brother can talk about mental health, or my sister can share about mental health, my cousin can do about this, then they realize that I am not alone. Then they kind of build that coping mechanism, and then they know that when they feel down, or so, they know whose place to go and go get something. If ever, a lot of people cope through music, a lot of people cope through just listen to people uplifting, motivating, and some people even feel joy from listening to critics critiquing other people that are on YouTube. Not to say they support the critics in how they critique some people, like the harsh reality of life, but they just want to see life from a different standpoint, a different perspective. Doesn't mean they have to agree with everything that this critics is saying about this person, but they literally watch just to have different mindset, different viewpoints, where that person is coming from as opposed to where this person was coming from. You know what I mean? 'Cause everybody shed light on something different. Everybody shed light on something different. I could be talking about a number of things right now, and somebody can take a point from what I'm saying because I'm distributing more than one point, and they can take up the main point that resonate with them, and they can make that into a whole topic. You know what I mean? And then boom, they good. But I'm not gonna stay any longer because I think I said that a while ago. So I'm gonna leave now, family. But I want to let everybody know: have a mind of your own, and be a leader, not a follower. Be a support system, not a system that just looking to look to get enough of somebody and then drag them down. Leave people alone if you think that you're content creators and things not wonderful with you and your friends them no longer, or you don't longer support somebody, just leave them peacefully. Let they go. They will find their own people, they will find their own community, they will find people to love them, they will find people to treasure them and everything. And continue to grow, continue to strengthen yourself, continue to have a mind of your own. Because don't be no crabs in barrel, because crabs in barrel never look good at the time, all the time. Never, never. You know what I mean? Be a peacemaker, not a person who try to disenfranchise people or and then happy about it. You know what I mean? Be a leader, because a real leader and a true leader is not one that is just gonna pick a side and run with it. A true leader learn to strike that balance so they can understand everybody else. Once you learn to understand each other around you, it is better for you. It is not only better for you, but it's also better for your peace of mind that you're trying to create. But when you're creating a conflicting peace of mind and then trying to say you are this or you are that, sooner or later it's only a matter of time for everything to be peeled back, and then the true you come out. Like I told you with that guy and his story, he was just beating around the bush, telling stories after stories after stories, until probably before he passed, he admit that he did get rid of his friend. So bear that in mind, people. Your mind. Let's all gather back our mind for our own and not just defend our friends, but make sure if your friend is in the wrong, don't just be there trying to still push for the right. Because if your friend is in the wrong, there's no point in your friend gonna be right, regardless of how much you try. But if you try to say, hey, look, let's go. It's all right. Leave these people alone. So and so, let's go. Take them away and go and talk to them. Talk to them and have that friend that that one friend. When that friend say anything to you, whether he or she, you listen to that person. Very important. Have that one friend, because that one friend is what gonna change you and make you start to look different at life, look at life differently. But when you have the bunch of crabs them all together, you don't even know which one is your friend. You don't know. There are too many crabs, and you wonder, oh, this is no, you don't know. But you make sure you pay attention to that one friend who's gonna tell you something, and even if you can't stand the friend in the way they say something, 'cause sometimes they come off harsh. Reality is harsh. You understand? Like they say, the truth hurt. The truth is hurt. Reality is harsh. Pay attention to those things, because at least sooner or later, so many people I say, yo, brother, thank you for saving me. You hear how many people saying thank you for saving me now? That mean they weren't on the same game that this person was on, you know? Because a lot of people now I see piggybacking like they fighting somebody. Is that they see a single woman or a single man or a man doing his music or a man trying to build his career, and they just start fighting. For what? Sometimes this person don't even see you. Sometimes this person don't even know who you are. They see you, they encounter with you, but they had no clue if they were supposed to say, so what happened with you and Harry over here? I don't know Harry. Don't know Harry from Adams. But Harry have a whole mind frame of hate and grudge build up in them. No, no. So I like the mind, the people who have a mind of their own, you know. And then just remember also too, everybody vent. You might not see somebody vent on the internet, but you best believe everybody vent. They don't have to vent in a negative way. Bear that in mind. Venting doesn't mean you have to vent in a negative way. If you are a Christian or something, some most people go to their father and say, Father, my spirit encountered something today that wasn't sitting well with me. So I'm venting to you, Lord, to give me the side that I need to see. Help me here. And then somebody else might call a friend and say, did you hear Resilient Queen? Did you so and so? So people do vent, even if you don't see their vent on the internet because they want to uphold that internet integrity. I call it internet integrity because not everybody have integrity off of the internet. Only some of them have it on the internet because they know the purpose on the internet is if you don't hold up certain things, you're not gonna get no likes, you're not gonna get no views, nobody gonna go watch you, nobody not gonna support you. But then it's like cancer, you're slowly dying inside. You know what I mean? There's no need to die inside no more. Stand up, own up to you, and be you, be you, be you, be you, and have a mind of your own, have a mind of your own, and listen to that friend that's not gonna tell you what you wanna hear. It might not sit well, but they're not gonna lead you in the wrong way. No bother with all the bunch of crab in barrel because all they're doing is fluctuating all over the place. They like inflation. Inflation don't have a mind of their own. When you have a mind of your own, you know how to steer your own race. When you don't have a mind of your own, then you steer everybody and then you say, but this person mislead me. No, they didn't mislead you. You mislead yourself. This person tell me this person. No, 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 no. Your mind was not intact because being dependable on everything that somebody say and you're not going out there to do what you need to do, it's gonna cause problem in your life because it's like living through other people's eyes. You gotta learn to live through your eyes. When people are giving information, it's for you to now take your eyes to make it open more. It's like your people open up more at night when you're driving or so you can see. Yeah, and all these things better, clearer than how you'd see in the day. And so it's for you to open up your eyes more to reality and start to look and gain some knowledge and understanding of things around you for yourself. Everybody might not agree with how you look at things. Same with everybody not go you not go agree with everybody in the way they look at things either. So we have to learn to bear things in mind. You know what I mean? Be a leader. You know, don't just be a leader to be a leader and then deep down inside you're being critics. You're terrible at critiquing somebody that don't even have a clue of you. No clue. You know, but everybody have a appearance. And a lot of people maintain that appearance until they can't maintain it no more. Fakeness is hard to maintain. But when you're real, you're genuine with your realness. You know, you will drop off a track because you're gonna have some negative things come your way and you're gonna vent about it, but you will get back on track. Nothing wrong with that. It's life. It's just like sometimes you were consistent with paying your bills and sometimes you drop off because things not going good for you or you lose your job or something. That's natural. You know, and sometimes you were one of the best person. You hear your landlord, how many people have landlords say, yo, you're the best paying tenant I have, but then one day you can't pay your bill and that landlord take you to court to kick you out. Same way. So now you just say, oh, I have a good landlord then, but as soon as you can't pay your bill you get kicked out. Same way, you know, such as that, because they're not playing with their money and your friendship don't coincide. You gotta bear that in mind because that's a business they're doing. You understand? So they're not friend with you and their business, they will be friend with you by respecting you to say that you pay your bills because I need my bills to pay, which is if you need anything fixed, they can go ahead and fix it and blah blah blah, ray, and tay, right? But at the same time, they're not gonna friend with you on their bills. No, they probably get you if you can, they will probably sometimes say, hey, let's work out something. If they work out something with you because they know sometimes you fall on hard times and you're a good paying in person. But if they work out something with you and you don't intend to continue to work with them, they gonna eventually have to say, all right, brother, all right, make me love you, but my bills are clogging up and I still got my bills to pay. I gotta pay them. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that they don't care for you or anything, but that's not how they were doing business with you. Business was business between you, you know. So such is life. Such is life. So have a mind of your own, and that's why you always expect the unexpected in life. But Chatterbox gonna sign off for now, cause Chatterbox chatting too much right now. But sometimes you have to get everything that is coming to you naturally off your chest. You know what I mean? Or some of the opinions that are coming off your chest, so others out there. There's sometimes people out there and they feel like somebody owe them something. You know, none of us, nobody owe anything. So we have to have a mind of our own to decipher for ourselves. And once we learn to decipher for ourselves, it's easier for us to navigate our way. You know what I mean? Yes, man. And remember to have a friend. They're not gonna tell you what you like, but they're gonna get you together. All right. And even if it's not a real, like a friend as in a friend, but they say when you need a friend, you go to Father God and you talk to him, or so your mother, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, and they can give you a better insight sometimes, especially if you're upset about something that you're upset about. They can give you a better insight on something, and then that way you can say, all right, calm down, resilient queen. It's not that serious. Calm down. You're working up yourself because you're only one-sided looking. One-sided looking meaning that you're only looking from your standpoint. You're not looking from the angle in which this person was saying something to you or coming from, but you're looking from that only your angle is at one side. You know, one side. You're just looking at your side, which is your perspective, but you weren't looking from this person's standpoint. And that's why a lot of time people get entangled with people because the interpretation of things. But anyway, Chatterbox finally out for tonight. I'm sorry, family. Finally out. So have a good night, family. Walk good, and thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate each and every one. And we say until then, walk good. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.